p.m. I said, not 2 p.m. Hmm? Yeah, what are we doing? Answer me now, jam you. Are we
We are
live?
live now. We are live now, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So guys, welcome from whatever part of the world you're joining us from. Well, this is the first of its kind, but it's going to become a daily week show, and is the GTEx Homes Property Show. Okay, it's the GTEx Homes Daily Property Show. So that's our name. I hope Vivian is noting it. So we're going to be every day coming to you with our show, educating you, basically giving you data, helping you to understand real estate, helping you to understand, property investment and why you should take advantage of it. So today we're looking at a very powerful topic. Uh, it's a topic some of you may not agree, but I would tell you is a real topic. And today's topic is why, if you own 400 square meter by the year 2100, it will be worth billions. Yes, you heard me. It's not a mistake. It's life. Okay, it's not a mistake. By the way, as you're joining me, tell me your name, your city. Everybody share. Okay, share this video right now. And get everybody in here. Everybody in here. We want to share something very powerful. Why, if you own 400 square meter in Lagos, in the next 8 to 70 years, that property will be worth over ₦1 billion. You heard me, and I'm going to support you with facts. Today, we're going to be giving you a lot of data, a lot of facts. I'm not the only one here. I have our GED sales, Mrs. Vivian Amechi, with us. We have our head of corporate communication and PR, Mr. Farouk Usman, who is also joining us live in today's show. So I'm not the only one here. We also have some people who will be joining us from one of our estates in Isheri. So welcome. I'm seeing G.A. Smith. So my boss, Tap from Grace, joining us from Abuja. How are you, my brother? God bless you. I have Bayelsa Real Estate Agent. So I celebrate you. Bayelsa Real Estate Agent. How are you? What's your name? Your name obviously is not Bayelsa Real Estate Agent. Okay, so as you're joining me, guys, tell me your name, your city. Remember to share this video with as many people as possible. Share across all social media platforms. I really want this content today to go viral. I want as many people to be able to join us and they're able to learn. Because if you know me, you know I my value is about, I'm big on just adding value. My principle is add value to humanity. Let people get value, just being around you, learning from you. And I'm excited at several testimony of many of you who are now successful land bankers from what you've learned from me as regards real estate. So let me introduce those who are in the studio. Introduce yourself. Let's start with Mrs. Vivian Amechi. How are you today, Vivian?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
Okay. And then we have Mr. Usman Farouk joining us from Ogudu. How are you, Usman?
Fantastic. It's a wonderful weather here at Ogudu. My name is Farouk. I'm head of PR and communications. So glad to be here with you.
I like this, your glasses. You didn't give me any. It
Oh,
looks
yes, sir.
like, it looks like the Oshama glasses that are being used now.
It's for it's for upcoming billionaires.
Interesting. Let me wear my glasses then. I don't want to be left out. Just that my own is not as
Your own is for billionaires.
Um, my own is not as fine as yours. Okay. Okay. So, guys, yes, why, investing in Lagos? Why is my topic not scrolling? I expect my topic to be scrolling out through this conversation. What happened? And I realized that the video started without the topic even scrolling. The topic on this video says live from Ogudu before lunch. That's not the topic of today's show. Topics are very, very important. Where's my IT man? Topics are very, very important. The right topic, the right audience. The wrong topic, the wrong audience. But how many of you are excited to be here? If you're glad to be here, type I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. Come on, guys, talk to me. I want to know. Also, tell me your name and the city you're joining me from. I want to know those of you who are here, where you're joining me from. Come on, guys, talk to me. Okay? Who are those who are here? I'm not seeing my audience. I hope all is well. And where's Jamu? You just disappeared. Jamu, I said you didn't put the title. Can you edit the title on Facebook page as well? Because your title is very key. Honorable Henschel Obaro from Asaba. Honorable, how are you today? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Now, I will start today's show by playing a video for you. This video is one of my students in the real estate sector. He bought a property for 12 million in Lagos, and 15 years later, the property is worth 220 million. And this is to validate my argument. Do we have that video, IT? If you have it, pull it up, let's stream it. It's on my YouTube page as well. Because whenever I give a title like this, sometimes people think that, oh, they're just exciting. Let me tell you, first of all, that what I'm even saying is below what will happen. Okay? Because if a man bought a land for 12 million and 15 years later, he sold it for 220 million, it's not they told me, right? I was there. I'm the person who helped him to sell the land, to market the land. So, if that could happen in 15 years, what will happen in 70 years? Okay, what will happen in 70 years? So, we're not sharing with you. It's not a suggestion, it's not an assumption, it's what is already happening. So, even what I'm saying that if you own 400 square meter, it's going to be worth $1 billion in 70 years. I'm just trying to be modest because this student of mine, like I said, did this way before 70 years. He was able to do it very well. Odunayo Moshurat from New York State. How are you, Odunayo? Good to see you and thank you for joining us from New York State. Okay, so probably you're in Brooklyn or Queens. But thank you for joining us and it's good to see you. Welcome, everybody. Remember, as you join us, share this video across all platforms on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn, across all social media platforms. Just share. Get everybody to join this particular show. So I want to start with Mrs. Vivian. Why should anybody invest in Lagos? What are your own data while they are getting my own video? Because Yoruba will say, I'm going to give you data to back up my argument. Okay, but let's start with our people. Vivian, why do you think anybody who buys a 400 square meter land in Lagos, right? That land will be valued, running to billions by in the next 70 years. Of course, we know way before 70 years, but let's even be modest in our argument. Vivi, are you ready for me or I should take Farouk? Let's start with Farouk. Vivian just disappeared from my screen. Yeah, so Farouk, go ahead. Why will this happen?
Well, good day, everybody. Once again, my name is Farouk. I'm head of PR and communications, and I'm live here at Ogudu. So, over time, we understand that Lagos is a very wonderful city, and there are so many reasons why Lagos, right, a piece of land in Lagos is going to cost billions by the year 2100. But I want us to look at what we call transportation, right, and accessibility. So, for example, now we all know we have different cities in the whole of Africa. But let me tell you something now. In Egypt, we have 5 major ports in Egypt. And guess the size of Egypt. Who wants to guess the size of the whole of Egypt? Does anybody want to guess now? See, what's the size of the whole of Egypt?
I'm not sure I know, but I'm guessing that maybe the population of Lagos. I'm guessing. I'm not sure.
Well, the whole of Egypt is about 1 million kilometer square area.
Okay.
And a city as big as that has 5 ports. Right? And we
Wow.
understand that the way seaports happen in terms of economy is that it brings a
So
lot of work.
is it bigger than Lagos?
Yes, the whole of Egypt, Egypt itself as a country,
Yes.
Egypt as a country, right,
Okay.
is 1 million square kilometer in area, and the whole of
Okay.
Egypt has just 5 ports, meaning that regardless of how many investment comes in, how many vessels, how many transportation, how many trade inclined people come into Egypt, they have only 5 ports to cater for the whole of Egypt. Now let's go to South Africa. In South Africa, it is 1.22 million square kilometers. And South Africa has as big as 8 different ports in South Africa. And we understand how the whole economy of South Africa looks like. And now let's come down to West Africa. The whole of Togo, they have 2 ports in Togo. The whole of Benin have 4 ports. And Benin is 114,000 square kilometers. Now let's come to Lagos. What do you think the size of Lagos is?
I have Googled it. 1,171 kilometers. Am I correct?
Fantastic. 1,711 square kilometers.
Yeah.
Now, if the whole of Egypt has 1 million square kilometers and they have 5 seaports, right? 5 commercial deep seaports. The whole of Lagos is just 1,000. Meaning the whole of South Africa is 100 times the size of Lagos. How many seaports do you think Lagos should have? By my calculation, Lagos should only have 1. Or even half.
Yeah.
Right? The whole of Nigeria is not even up to the whole of South Africa. Right? The whole of Nigeria should be sharing like 3. But ladies and gentlemen, I'll be pleased to inform you, like, as at now, right, FCC just commissioned a $2.95 billion seaport in Badagry, taking the total of Lagos deep seaports to be 3 now in the whole of Lagos.
Wow.
I thought you people would clap. Yes, I thought you people would clap. So what I'm trying to say is that in the year 2000, the amount of people that will be trooping into Lagos for business activities, right, the economy will be so much that there won't be any land anymore. Right? In South Africa, you can go and keep buying your land. But in a city whereby you have only 1,711 square kilometers, and let me tell you how 1,711 square kilometers is small, right? It's smaller than the whole of Kano, right? And this city has 3 deep seaports, and we understand the commercial activities that it brings. Let's take for instance now, the deepest seaport in West Africa is in Ibejuleki, right? And that cost us just $1.5 billion. The one in Badagry is providing over 200,000 jobs. So I'm asking you a question: where would those people live? Just like the one in Bejuleki, creating jobs for over 150,000 people. Where would those people live? Right? And now that everybody wants to buy land, everybody's children want to buy land. And we understand the more people come into Lagos, the more the population of Lagos, and the more the scarcity of land.
Yeah.
And there's something that Steve always says: they don't make land anymore. They don't. So you own 400 square meter in 1,117 square kilometer. You're a billionaire. You're a big boy. By then, you'll not be wearing my glasses. You'll be wearing Dr. Stevens glasses. You'll be wearing Dr. Stevens glasses, right? So one of the things that drives investment in the land has to be commercial activities, right?
Yeah.
Formerly, as of 5 years ago, we only had Apapa as our seaport. Now we have another deep seaport in Ibejuleki, and now the one in Badagry is another deep seaport. Please don't forget, it's Badagry that they used to carry us through slave trade. If they can come and carry our people through Badagry, of course they can bring more investments to Badagry, right? So when you're looking at how land investment looks like in Lagos, I think one of the things you have to look at is the amount of commercial activities. And there are a lot of things this seaport to bring in industries, right? To bring in more companies. Just like in Bejuleki, it's bringing out the Lekki Free Trade Zone. Very soon, what we'll start doing is that we'll start sampling and try and realize that the 1,100 and 1,711 square kilometers is not only land, there's water in it,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
Meaning that there's already scarcity of land in Lagos at this moment, just
Yeah.
like we are here in Ogudu, right?
Yeah.
There's no land anymore. You can see where I am is close to water, right?
Mhm.
So there's no land in Lagos again. Now
Yeah.
imagine all the people coming from the village that want to migrate to Lagos, people
Mm.
coming from neighboring countries that want to migrate to Lagos. Look
Mm.
at the expatriates that those deep sea ports will bring to Lagos. We can imagine how land will be scarce, right? So I implore you, if you have 100 square meter, 10 square meter, right, 1 square meter, it will be worth billions by the year 2000. So I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that deep sea port brings a lot of investments in Nigeria and increases the value of land.
Wow.
Thank you, Dr. Stephen.
Powerful point. Thank you for that powerful point. And I love the data you bring to. I didn't even know Egypt is bigger than Nigeria. I'm just seeing that when I googled this now, and it's amazing that the whole of, like you said, the whole of Egypt only have 5 seaport. Lagos is already having, right? Lagos is already having uh, uh, um,
3.
3 seaports already. Lagos already having 3 seaports, and that tells you what's going on. According to Goldman Sachs, and Washington Post, Lagos will be the largest city in the world. Now, I'm not saying Africa, in the world in the next 70 years. And why we brought this topic today is to analyze what will have happened to land in Lagos when Lagos eventually becomes the largest city in the world. Right now, there are almost 100,000 people moving to Lagos almost every day. It's crazy. Of course, some people are moving out as well. But the population of people just trooping into Lagos on a daily basis is something else. It's a massive movement, it's a massive growth, and it's just so amazing what is beginning to happen. And I'm super excited, really, really excited at how you can take advantage of that, how you can be proactive. A lady sent me a message yesterday when she read about the approval for the new airport in Lekki Epe by the federal government in Lagos State. She said, Dr. Stephen, congratulations. If I had to laugh, I said, am I the only one that own land in Lekki? She said, no, but I now see the wisdom in the investment you've been making. Now I get how what you were saying all this while, some people may not take you seriously. Of course, anybody who had listened to you all this while, it means that the value of the estate just went up. You and I know that anybody who has property in Ibejuleki now, based on what just happened, right? Based on the new airport that was announced in Lekki Epe, you're already in gold mine. You are, in fact, Beryl that used to go for 15 million will soon be going for 30 million now, just because of the airport that has been approved. I'm sure in the next 2-3 years, when the airport is ready, the massive exodus, right, to that particular area is just going to be crazy. So, guys, you must understand how real estate work. You must position, and I tell people, I say positioning is key, right? These things are for you, but you have to position yourself. I have Mrs. Vivian. Vivian, join this conversation. What's your own point? Okay, when it comes to Lagos and the wealth in Lagos, when it comes to real estate. Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. I believe Farouk has done, but I would say that Lagos has a way of shifting people's imagination. So in real estate, you might think that we don't have population in Lagos. Just that the day that they did, we had like a little traffic at Third Milan and towards that end. I was just peeping through my vehicle and I was like, numerous of cars parked on the road. And I was counting cars, but not head. I was just counting cars. I'm like, and all these people, the hustling and bustling of Lagos, all these people, they are just going to work. And all these people, one way or the other, have one property somewhere waiting for them. All these people, have one investment tied down waiting for them. All these people like myself that left our hometown to come to Lagos for a greener pasture, to get one or two things. In the process of getting to our greener pasture, we realized that it's what we call real estate. And we remembered we first got apartments here, living in a landlord, paying our rental. Another thought, second thought, oh, let's get real estate. Getting real estate, some of us might not even want to stay there. Some of us will want to rent it out. And you'll be amazed the return that you will get from there. Why not Lagos State, Dr. Stephen? It's only in Lagos State that I could see a tenant staying in another man's house, but has his or her own house out there. People are staying there and still collecting returns of investments. Maybe the tenant might not even have a car, but the tenant know that there's what we call real estate, and the population in Lagos is massive that he or she knows that from so time to so time, I'll be getting this return of investments based on this. So why not Lagos? I don't know why people don't want to think that, but Lagos is the new deal. It's not even the new, it's the old, new, and forever new deal for me.
Well, you're an Igbo woman. The truth is that you Igbos prefer to invest in your village. Right? In fact, the rule is that you are not a bona fide Igbo if you don't invest in your village. So what's your advice to your fellow brothers and sisters when it comes to investing outside your village as well? Because I say this a lot. I see some of you build 5-bedroom, 10-bedroom, you don't live there, and it's almost like it's wasting away. I get it, social wise, it gives you a particular social status. Everybody respects you when you come. Our daughter has come. I get it, but how about doing the one that will bring you money before you do the one that will, welcome you in your village? But what do you think about that?
Dr. Stephen, like I said, it's a culture. It's a mindset that some people have come to realize that if you want to wait 100, is not really the realistic part of it, because you can still travel to that village and decide to go to a guest house and stay there, finish whatever you want to do, and come back to Lagos. But my advice to everybody out there, my Igbo brethren, I don't even mind speaking Igbo, but I'm not saying you should not even build house in your hometown. There's what we call do it first when you get the money, when you get the good return of investment. Then go to the village to maybe build like 2. The numerous houses that we used to build in our hometown does not even make sense in the first place, because that's just like Dr. Steven said, 5-bedroom, 6-bedroom apartment, nobody will stay there. We've come to realize that after building the massive one, children will come, and children will go to their husband's house and the rest of them. So you are left with your spouse, and you wandering inside the house will even make you feel lonely the most. So why not invest in Lagos, where you can put in tenants and get your return of investment? But I think that some of our Igbo brethren are coming to realize that there's something called real estate.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've come to realize that. So maybe some, 99, just little.
Some of the biggest companies in Lagos are even owned by Igbos.
Yes, sir.
If you come to look at it, some of them are owned by Igbos. Some of the biggest, in fact, some arguably will say the biggest house developer in Lagos is not even from Lagos; it's from Akwa Ibom. So, and that's one of the things.
Exactly.
Okay, studio, go ahead, play the video. Here's a video of my student.
Service charge for the environment. Okay, see the environment now. What are you talking about here? But let me also say, yes, 220 million. You got it right, Frank. But let me say this here, Nigerians, particularly those of you in diaspora, land in Nigeria is actually very expensive, right? especially in Lagos and Abuja. Now, this place we are showing for 220 million, we can drive now to Banana Island and you see this same land for 500 million. In fact, some sell for $1 million, right? Some sell for 500 million. So, the reason why this is
So let me give you some background to this video. This video was done 3 years ago, and yes, as at that time, Banana Island used to go for about $1 million per plot. And this is an estate where I'm showing you is an estate called Nikon Estates in Lekki Phase 2. And that is the owner of the land I was showing you. He's selling it for 220 million. Now, this same man, 15 years ago, bought that land for 12 million. The land I just showed you now for 12 million. That's the price he bought that same land. And 15 years later, he's selling for 220 million. So when I tell you that 400 square meter will be worth billions in the next 70 years, it's not even exaggeration. It's just the reality of what's going to happen. So it is wisdom on your own part to begin to say, how do I tie into this? How do I begin to invest? How do I begin to position? How do I begin to get something? I tell people, buy land anywhere in Lagos. Buy it now. Buy it quickly. Just like Pastor Paul Adefarasi talked about. I don't know if my IT can show that video where Pastor Paul talked about buying Warehouse on the Rock is today. He bought that land for just 25 million. Today, the value of that land, removing without even adding the cost of the building of House on the Rock, is over 10 billion naira today. Way over 10 billion, because the land is about almost 10 acres or so, right? And that's the power of real estate investment. I have Richard Osako. You may need to edit your name, but Richard, you want to share a few things with us. Richard, can somebody talk to Richard who is busy? Richard, I'm sure you want to share a few things.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. You may need to edit your name because it's showing Farouk's name. But go
Oh,
ahead
okay.
and join the conversation we have today.
Yes, basically, this location or Lagos in general, because I had Vivian mention something that Lagos is the only place you see where a landlord is still a tenant in another man's house and is still getting return on his own property. And basically, that's because where the landlord is staying, the infrastructure, the amenity, the safety, and every other thing there is more better than the location where he's staying. And that is something a lot of people need to put in consideration when you are buying property or you are putting an investment into a location. Like I tell everybody, you can have 100 plot. It doesn't mean you are a real estate investor. Having 100 plot doesn't make you an investor, because there are things that you need to look at when it comes to investing in property and things you need to calculate in terms of return. But whoever has a property in Lagos today, there are two locations. We have Lagos and you have outside Lagos. If I have in Ajangbadi and I have in Ogudu, the return
Oh, wow.
the return I will get in this location. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We can hear
All right.
you.
The returns you get in this location before Ajangbadi, it can take 20 years for Ajangbadi, but this year can take 2 to 3 years based on those development around. And that's one thing people need to understand, that investment in Lagos or real estate in Lagos is a different ball game. It's not what you are seeing; it is what you are expecting in that location. So that's why this particular location that we are right now is something only those that have eagle eyes can see it. Only those that have eagle eyes can understand it. And that's why, for example, I can give an example. I remember when my dad was staying, Ketu is not far from here, was in Ketu. He had he had a house in Ketu. He was building a land in Ketu. Now, they were selling land in Ikorodu, and he said, no, he's not going to Ikorodu. He's not interested in Ikorodu. Then they were selling land for 5,000 naira. 5,000 naira in Ikorodu. He's not interested. But the time he now went to go and buy in Ikorodu, he bought that same land for 120,000. That means he bought 2 acres for one plot. So imagine the difference. So those that saw, because Ikorodu was bush then actually, it was just bush. But those that saw ahead went ahead and got it much, much cheaper or much, much better in terms of taking position and the return today. The same land they bought for 120,000. He said, say today, if there's no land again, but if you see, it's going for 15 to 20 million. The same land they bought for 120,000. So look at the calculation. The difference in return is massive. And that's something we need to understand when it comes to investment in real estate. This is something, and for a while now, by the grace of God, I've helped a lot of people in diaspora to get property in this location here in Nigeria, based on GTEX homes, based on the value we have on ground. And that's why we are here. And that's why we're here to show you the next gold mine in Ogudu. This is the next location. This is the most beautiful place you can put your money right now.
Okay, beautiful. I will allow Jamil to play the 2 video clips for the celebrities coming for tomorrow's event. Then after that, Richard will tell us about the event and the movement. Richard is the MD of GTEX and Associates. So you want to either you want to come for the inspection tomorrow. He will give you all the details. Then Vivian will wrap up with the Sherry. I want to attend to something. So Vivian, go ahead with coordination. So let's play
So,
the
Mr.
video.
Richard,
Let's play the we'll play the towing video, then after that you play
excited
the
to tell
pretty
you
much
today that
video.
I'll be with the GTEX family at Sardius Estate Ogudu, 15th October, coming Saturday. Yes, I'll be there live, launching their new estate, their new luxury estate, Sardius Estate. That's where I'm going to be on the 15th. Catch me there live, guys. And guess what? The good news is, guys, you can own a piece of this estate if you grab it now before the launch. Yes, which is 15 October. Before the launch, grab it at a 30% discount from the GTEX family, guys. Rush and go grab yours now before that launch. Oh. I'm going to go and grab my own now before I miss out on all these odd deals. Pew!
GTEX Homes. We don't just sell properties. We help you build your future.
Mr. Richard, can tell us the movement. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Movement
can
from
hear you.
tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow we're having buses at 11 locations. We'll have 3 buses, Satellite Town, Vokes, and Festac. Then again, we have another bus route from Bagada down to Yaba. Then we have from Ikeja, Obanta, that's Obanta area from Ikeja. Then we have from Yanokwaja, that's Yanokwaja, Egbeda axis. We have bus coming in from there. Then we also have bus coming in from Omole. This Omole, we have bus that will cover people from Ikorodu, from Ogba, from all those axes. Their pickup point is Omole. Then we also have bus coming in from what do you call this place? Coming in from Yanoba. Yes, Yanoba. So there's a bus coming in from that location, from Yanoba. We have buses from that. So in total, we have all those locations. Now, for those coming in also from, we have bus coming in from ShopRite, that's the Bejuleke axis, ShopRite, Chongotedo, ShopRite, Abidjan. We have buses coming in from those locations. Yes, we have buses coming from those locations. And also, we have Jakonde Junction. Yes, Jakonde Junction, we have bus coming from there. These are all the axes we have buses coming in from. Now, for those on the island, their pickup point is 6:30. The bus will leave by 6:30. If you want to get, let me pull up IC's number. Now, if you want to get across to the coordinator for the buses, so that you can also ask or tell us where you are to pick you up, to let you know where you can meet us for the bus stop, you can call this number 081 3591 5169. Jamie, you can pick that number 081 35 91 51 69. That is for the bus pickup. For the bus, not for sales, for the bus pickup. You want to get us to pick you up. You want to get the locations, exact location. For those on the island, they leave by 6:30. For those on the mainland, we're leaving by 7:30. So that is the move for tomorrow. Over to you, Vivian. Then again, if you want to register to watch us live, the same address, GTEX Homes, gtexandassociates.com/inspection. Am I correct? gtexhomes.com/inspection. That is the link to join us live for those that won't be available for virtual. gtexhomes.com/inspection. gtexhomes.com/inspection. That is the link to join virtually for those that are not in Lagos, or for those in diaspora, or for anybody that wants to send to your client to join us. All right, Vivian, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Richard. While I wait for Belumi that is in is Sherry, we have an amazing property at Isheri, and I just wanted Belumi to join, but I think he's having a network problem at Isheri. So while we wait for Belumi, Farouk, tell us the site update at Ogudu. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. So here we are working on the road network. We're working on the road network that will access the bridge down. We've been having trips of sand coming here. Let me show my back camera. Hold on. We've been having trips of
Exciting news.
sand coming and
This
going.
Saturday,
You can play Jamie.
hi, this is Pretty Mike of Lagos. There's an exciting news. This Saturday, October the 15th, I'll be live in Ogudu GRA with my GTEX family to showcase their new luxury estate, Sardius Creek. And hey, you can be part of this family too. There's a 30% discount on all properties if you hop on the opportunity before the launch date. Thanks.
GTEX Homes. We don't just sell properties. We help you build your future.
All right, fantastic. So you can see behind me we have a swan boogie at work, right? We've had heaps of sand dropped. These are sands that have come in throughout. We've had about 5 streets of sand come in the last 1 hour, right? So we are working on the road network that leads to the estate. And this is going to be fantastic for tomorrow's launch. We are ready, we are committed, and we are working hard. That's the bridge that showed in Pretty Mike's video. And we're trying to get the access road from that bridge down to the site. So work is seriously going on in progress, and we're good to go, Vivian.
Okay, so let me just say a few things about Isheri, and maybe you can, say one or two. So Isheri is a place that is after my heart. I like Isheri because I have an amazing prospects or clients there that foresee the future of Isheri. Not necessarily, trying to get what is this and what is that. They know what they are buying and they key into that. So Isheri has a good location. And it's a place that where you can train up your children, and it's an environment where you can, raise up a family. It's already a residential area. There's nothing too difficult for anybody to start a life there. And it has an amazing landmark. In Isheri, I foresee Isheri as, I don't want to call a name of a brand, but inside the Isheri, you don't have to leave Isheri to get things done. So inside Isheri, we'll have a mini market, we'll have supermarket, we'll have supermarket as well, we'll have church, we'll have schools as well. So you don't even need to take your children outside or start looking for a location where you can put your children, or start looking for a location where your family can worship. We have mosques there. So I think the arrangement of Isheri was kind of family oriented. Okay, let's do it for the family. So I'm encouraging every one of you out there to foresee the future of Isheri. Isheri is a nice and good location for family setting. Yes, and it's actually good for land banking as well. It's actually good for commercial if you want to use it for commercial. So we have a promo going on, and the numbers on your screen is what you can call to get 1 or 2 property. You can even buy for your enemy. You never can tell. So, and make yourself a landlord and be what every children or every generation want to remember oh, this is my uncle left something for me. You can't do that. So the numbers are showing on the screen, so I don't have to overflog this. So it's actually 400 square meter, and the landmarks. So if people that are asking for a sherry, it's just 5 minutes after Beggar, Ojudu Beggar. So you can get to Opik, then from Opik after Channels TV, then like it's a 10 minutes walk to the estate. So, and it's an amazing place. It's 100% dry land. And I'm encouraging every one of us out there that knows what Chitesom stands for and what we represent as well to key into this offer and make yourself or become a landlord for yourself. Build the future you want your children to see. Yes. So thank you, everyone. Oh, Belumi is here. Nice one. So, Belumi, can you hear me? Unmute yourself and talk. I wanted to wrap up the show, but Belumi, can you hear me? I can see you. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma. Good afternoon, ma. We can hear you, ma. I can hear you.
Good afternoon. How are you doing? How is the Sherry today?
The Sherry is fine. The Sherry is well. So I'm actually here with the site engineer, Mr. Toby.
Okay.
So currently,
Okay.
work
Work is going on.
The work is going on here. We're walking down to the site because the swarm buggy just left there, and they've cleared over 4 acres, right? They've cleared over 4 acres today, and are actually going to 6 acres. And
more than that, we are trying to clear more than 6 acres.
Okay, I don't know. Am I audible, ma?
Belumi, I think your network is bad. But as well, I would like to ask, your own. Okay, he's not here. Okay. Belumi was in the site. Was supposed to give us a site update, but I guess their network is poor or bad. But thank you, everyone. For every one of you out there that is trying to reach us on any of our platform, the numbers to call on the screen. So, like I said, be the future you want your children to see. Thank you and God bless. Jamie, you know what to do.